and streaking them, Hella? Hmm? They go down to the spring? What they do? Oh, there they are. There they are. What are you doing, babies? Little pack babies. Oh, hello. Hello, hello. Good babies. Good job. Hello. These guys are growing so ridiculously fast. It's crazy. They were 4 months old on Tuesday. That's a good girl, Collie. But they're funny. They're like growing absolutely ridiculously fast. So, they kind of growing on me though. I like them a little bit. We had a lot of rain here today. Quite a bit of rain actually, which was alright. Never going to complain. They were soaked. It was so funny. I had them out earlier and it was raining. And they were soaked and Hella was soaked. And then I had to go in the camper for something and I opened the door and Hella was like, okay, let me in. She was like, I'm done. There's Caesar. Good boy, Caesar. Good boy. There's Mr. Zeusy. Zeus is a good boy. He's the biggest, Zeus, aren't you? Yeah. Last time I weighed him, obviously, he was a pound heavier than the other. The other two boys were both 40 pounds, and Zeus was 41, and Kali weighed 35. So, I mean, you look at him even compared to Hella, you know, it's like, oh my God, these dogs are going to be big, which is cool. I think it's very, very cool. And they're good personalities, every one of them, which is good, because I knew the father had a really good personality too. So, but again, any dog that you raise, it's how you raise them. If you raise your animal to be mean and vicious, that's exactly what they're going to be. If you raise them with a lot of love and attention, you know, they're going to be that kind of dog. Like with Hella, you know, when everybody started coming down, she wasn't vicious with everybody, but she was uncertain, I guess was the right word. And so she would, in the beginning, she would like nip at a couple of the people that came down. And then once they got to know her, she was like, you know, she was like, oh, okay, you're part of the group. You're okay. And, you know, that's what she, you know, then it was a whole different thing. So, but, yeah, so that's that. But anyway, let's get into what I actually wanted to talk about in this video. And actually the sun has sort of peeked through the clouds. I just checked, the batteries are sitting at 80%, and they were charging. So, not bad for a day where it was mostly raining and stuff like that. I'll check it again. I may end up running it for an hour, you know, just to top it off. I may end up doing that, and so that's a possibility. But we'll see. I'll just have to see where it's at. I'm going to gauge it and kind of go from there. But beautiful day, temperature-wise. We're, oh my God, what are we at here? I'll tell you. I'll take a look right now. The last I saw, we were sitting at like 66. It's saying 67. And it's 5:15, and it says storms ending around 5:15. There you go. So, and there's the sun peeking out. We can go take a look real quick and see what the batteries are doing. But anyway, you know, here's the thing I wanted to talk about, guys. Let's talk about NATO. Is NATO the good guys, right? So NATO has all these things. You know, they have this pact that if anybody attacks a country within NATO, that they will attack that country, right? It's supposed to be like a fail-safe. And I want you guys to think about something, all right? So Vladimir Putin has been, you know, said, oh, he's this terrible, horrible, awful dictator. You know, that's what they've painted him to be, right? He's this bad guy. He's a bad guy. All Vladimir Putin asked for was a guarantee, right? A guarantee that Ukraine would not be brought into NATO. That's all he asked for. He said, if you don't, all right, so right now, says 80% and charging. There we go. So he said, if you give me a guarantee that you will not let Ukraine into NATO, we won't invade Ukraine. I want you to think about this for a second, folks, okay? I want you to think about this. How many people have died? How many billions of dollars has been sent in arms for Ukraine to defend itself? The loss of life between Ukraine and also Russia with this whole conflict could have all been avoided if the UN had said, yes, we'll give you that guarantee that Ukraine will not be part of NATO, but they told Ukraine, no, we're not going to be bullied by Russia. And it's not a matter of being bullied. Russia did not want Ukraine on its borders. Now again, you got to pay attention to everything that is being said, everything that is being done, to really truly understand everything, as far as that goes. Think about this. Let's say, and we're going to speculate here. Let's say Canada was a neutral country and we were not part of NATO, and all of a sudden Canada was like, well, we're going to be part of NATO, and so then they would be right on the doorstep of the United States. Would we, like I said, so again, look at it, the shoe was on the other foot. Would we allow that? Of course we wouldn't, okay? Now obviously Canada's like our little brother. We love Canada. I love the people of Canada. I don't care what the government says or whatever games they play. I think Canada's awesome. Partied up there a lot when I was younger. Every time any interactions I've had with the Canadian people have been positive. I don't think I've had one negative interaction with anybody in Canada. And if they've been in the United States, same thing. Just solid, good people. Montreal is probably one of the cleanest cities I've ever been to in my life. So, I'm not saying anything bad about the Canadian people at all. But you have to always look at these situations and assess everything from what's going on. And, you're not always getting the full story. And that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't get or don't understand. We're not always getting all the information. So we're looking at, I got to get in here and take those off the plum trees too, because that will restrict their growth. And I still got to get that one off of there. So I'm going to have to open these up. I got them zip tied, but I'll have to get in there, open them up, and take those stupid things off. I wasn't even thinking about that, and they've been sitting on there for over a year, but that will restrict the growth of those trees, and we do not want that. So plum trees are looking good though. This one's all blossomy, as you can see here. It's looking good. I do want your feedback, guys. I want to hear what you have to say. What do you think of this whole situation with that? Is NATO the good guy, or are they not? Do they have, a game plan that may not align with other countries? Look at Ella. She's like, I'm so tired. And the puppies are like, no, Mama, come on. She's a good girl. She's a good pup. All right, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now. I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear your feedback. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're all having a good day. And I hope your week has been good. What's going on, pup? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? How you doing, baby boy? Yes, that is Genghis. Genghis is a good boy. He's a good boy. So, all right, guys. I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.